Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Supper. This is our 8th episode, and tonight we are having a Takeout Tango. That is not only to remind you of some amazing restaurants and establishments around the state that are being COVID safe and responsible to offer you takeout options still in these months, but as we do on Sunday Supper, we are also excited to offer these options to you. Recipes available at tastemaine.com to learn to make at home for yourself. But first, before we dive into it, we are going to take a moment and remind ourselves why we're all here, but get out those ingredients, get on those aprons, and we will be right back.
We can save the jobs by saving the businesses. That's our mission here.
What's important about ReUp and the Sunday Supper is it brings a community of some of my favorite chefs together where we can all focus on trying to get some stimulus to the whole industry.
The reality is for restaurants, we are in a situation where the unknown is what's really frightening.
Help us survive. We'll be here for you.
Welcome back to the studio here in Portland, Maine, the first real snowy day here in New England. And I am excited, as mentioned, we are featuring takeout options, again, from places themselves or ideas for you to make the takeout favorites at home. I'm excited to welcome to our Maine studio who offers takeout himself in a really unique way, and that is Mr. Tuna. Jordan Rubin himself is here joining us in the studio. They have multiple locations, but based out of our Portland Public Market.
Nice.
Good to have you here, Jordan.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And also joining us tonight, very excited to welcome one of Hannaford's seafood category managers, and that is Samantha or Sam Tipton. Welcome to the studio, Samantha.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Good to have you both here. Guys, I love what Jordan has come up with for tonight. Mr. Tuna provides takeout sushi options, which is a really cool, unique twist on takeout itself. But you are essentially taking the one set of recipes you guys can find at tastemaine.com, and we're going to create 3. We've got a bonus recipe, 3 different things out of that. So why don't you take us right into what we need to know first, what should be laid out, what people should have ready to cook along.
So making sushi is all about the mise en place, all your ingredients ready to go. So you want to have everything cut, all the vegetables cut, all the sauce, the sesame seeds, the rice, all made and ready to go before you start making the sushi. So right now we have the cucumber. That's one of the things. We're going to show you how we cut it, how to get that started.
Awesome.
And we'll move on to some other things after that.
All right, Samantha, now I know once as a kid, I tried to make sushi, my mom and I, probably just vegetable. We had our little mat ready, really didn't know what we were doing. Have you done something like this before? Tell me how excited you are as someone in the seafood industry.
Very excited. So not only am I in the seafood industry, but I enjoy eating sushi as well. My husband and I enjoy going out to eat a lot, not doing that right now, so we've been getting takeout, but it is not something I have ventured to make myself at home.
Nice. So I know all the ingredients for what we're concocting tonight, Jordan, are available at Hannaford, and specifically our Hannaford guest tonight, Sam, is expecting. So we are certainly not going to use raw fish tonight, Sam, because you've got to eat along with us. So Jordan, walk me through. We're doing shrimp-based recipes. Can you just kind of give me the rundown of all the ingredients we'll need for tonight laid out?
Sure. So first, the shrimp. We're using a cooked cocktail shrimp, so it's ready to go. We're just gonna chop that up and mix in the spicy mayonnaise. We're gonna have our cucumbers cut, ready to go. The sushi rice is cooking. We're gonna season that, and that's most of the ingredients, and we just put it together.
So to everyone cooking along with us tonight, that rice should already either be in the rice cooker or kind of taking the normal steps to prepare a batch of rice.
Exactly.
Enough we are creating this for 3 to 4 people tonight, so that would be the amount of rice to get going.
There might be a little left over, and you could play around with what you have left, because there's always some extra ingredients sometimes.
Well, I know my team here doesn't allow me sharp objects, so I will let you guide Samantha into getting this cucumber ready.
I normally don't either, so this is gonna be
Take it away. Better you than me, Sam. Better you than me.
So we're using English cucumbers. We like these in sushi because they have less seeds, so you get more cucumber to work with at the end. So what we do is we take the cucumber. The way I was taught is I use my 4 fingers, and that's kind of like the guide for how.
See, I would already be in trouble, Jordan.
Right.
Don't get my fingers into this process.
So basically, this is half.
He already cut mine for
half
me.
the sushi roll. You know, so this would be 1/2, and then this would be the other
So
half.
this is super strategic. He's, the sizing here, because that is the size of what your hand roll
Exactly.
is going to be.
Well, one would be, that's for the hand roll, and then for the sushi roll would be 2. You want it to be the exact size so nothing's coming out the side, and also if it's not long enough, then there'll be gaps in the roll.
All right.
So this is, there's a couple different ways you can cut the cucumbers. I'm going to show you how we do it at the restaurant. There's a little more skill involved, and then I'm going to show you an easier way you guys can do it at home. So
Not hurt yourself.
at the
Should we
restaurant,
put up a disclaimer, everyone?
Yeah.
Just be careful.
be careful. So what we're doing is we're just cutting around the edge of the cucumber to cut it into sheets. So I'm going to cut it into a long sheet.
Obviously, a really idea to have as many of your knives sharpened and ready to roll as possible. So Samantha, I think you should dive right into trying that in the spirit of our cook-along fashion here. And on that note, guys, the other thing we like to do here on Sunday Supper, along with cook-along, is Samantha and Jordan continue to prepare that cucumber for the sushi 3 ways we're doing tonight. We like to check in on every episode and make sure that we are gathering enough money for all the Maine restaurant owners at
There you
home.
go.
That is what this is all about. Going to tastemaine.com to find these recipes and have some fun with us, but also to donate and give back to the Maine Restaurant Relief Fund. To check in on how we are doing and how many restaurants we are going to be able to help in this entire series, we would like to welcome the Maine Studios president to set, Tristan Noyes. You're way over there. It's good to see you, Tristan.
It's good to see you, Sarah Taylor, Jordan, everyone involved in today's, Sam, everyone involved in today's episode. We've made it to December, if we can believe that, and we are so thankful for everyone who's at home, who's been contributing to our relief efforts at tastemaine.com. As you know, we've partnered with Hospitality Maine to be able to provide $5,000 grants to restaurants from all across all 16 counties. And this has been a mix of businesses who've supported us, a mix of individuals at home, but we're especially thankful for our co-presenting sponsors, Hanford Supermarkets and Bangor Savings. Our contributing sponsors, Cross Insurance, It'll Be Pizza, Oakhurst. There's so many great Maine businesses, Androscoggin Bank, New Center Maine. This week, another really wonderful business that this time of year does some gifting to causes that are particularly meaningful to them was that White Pine Wealth Management made a very generous donation to our support efforts, as did our friends over at Eat Drink Lucky, which I know many of you are subscribers to Eat Drink Lucky, look forward to it every day. Coming out in their inbox, 10% of their sales from their Eat Drink Lucky gift box is going to come back to our Maine Restaurant Relief Fund.
Yay,
So
thanks to them. That's huge. We love when community, organizations get involved too. That's awesome.
And tonight, we get to announce that 5 new grant scholarship grants to Maine restaurants, and I get to make the first one right now.
Yay!
So we're headed, first things first, tonight we're headed to Hancock County to Salt and Steel. Congratulations
Salt
to
and
Robert,
Steel.
Will, and everyone over at Salt and Steel.
We love to hear that.
So for everyone who's been following along at home, we've been filling up our State of Maine map with wooden dowels for each grant that we're giving out. We're going to fill up 5 more, so you'll see me popping in and out over the course of the episode. So back to you guys.
Thank you, Tristan. You can pop in and out of set as often as you want. Again, to help out more restaurants yourself, go to tastemaine.com. It's where you can find the fun recipes to cook along with us, to cook at any time. But really, everyone, this is about donating to help the Maine Restaurant Relief Fund and Maine restaurants all over the state. We have some fun here. We give you some cooking ideas. But let's keep in mind, We have a long, cold winter to get through. Restaurants are doing their best, spending money, time, and resources to be COVID safe for you, but there is certainly this hump to get over to make sure as many can survive until we see a brighter day. So tastemaine.com to donate, but let's keep offering you some options for this Takeout Tango. Now, it is in the midst of football season. We are all watching a lot more games at home than going to some. And I know wings are a top choice for folks that are having some takeout options. So here's two ideas for you to create some at home. So I want to throw it up to Charlie Jaguar, the owner, and Mike Williams, the chef at Silver Street Tavern in Waterville. Take it away, guys.
Hi, Sarah Taylor. We're here at Silver Street Tavern. I'm taking off my mask because we work together and also drink beer together. We're here today to share Mike's recipe developed 20 years ago in 2 different versions, which he's going to tell you about. Silver Street Tavern has been a fixture in the Waterville area at this location since the mid-70s. And I've operated it for 10 years. Mike, you want to tell them a little bit about the recipe?
Okay, well, we've been making this for about 20 years. But it's really versatile. You can do everything from wings to sauteed dishes to cook it with fish. Today we're going to start with a Thai sizzle, and you'll find the recipe at tastemaine.com. You can find these ingredients at the Hannaford. The sriracha, you got your vinegar, your soy, but you might have to go to a different market like a health food store to get the fish sauce. And then it's just simply garlic and cilantro and sugar. And then we have these wings here that were pre-cooked and frozen. We use that for speed purposes, but you can use any wings that you choose to.
This is a pretty simple recipe. As you can see, the ingredients speak for themselves.
Yes, let's start with your garlic. It's 1 cup. You got your sugar, which is 1 cup.
You're going to have to tell me when you want me to start whisking.
Real simple. Well, you gotta wait for some liquids here.
And we
so
need
you got
liquid.
Your soy. Put just 1 cup of soy in there.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, we're almost there. And what we have in here is 1 cup of sriracha with the vinegar and the fish sauce. Yeah.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to show you what we've got going here.
It is really simple.
Okay, we're mixing all those ingredients.
What you want to make sure is you got your sugar dissolved. That's what you're really trying to do the most here.
I think
And
we
the good
have
thing
it.
about this, if you make too much, this lasts for months in your refrigerator.
It's really great to be part of Sunday Supper. We had a tough winter, as everybody knows, and we're excited that the relief fund has been established for all of the restaurants that were affected. You know, over here we were closed for
What, 2 months?
2 months exactly, and you know, we came back in and opened with half seating, and we were fortunate that we were able to expand our outdoor dining thanks to the city. But now Mother Nature's taking over, and the street's going to become
A little cold.
a little cold.
Yeah.
Yep. So we are in a room right now that was formerly a nightclub. We don't see nightclubs coming back anytime soon, so we took the opportunity during these closed months to start renovating this so we could recoup the seats that we had upstairs. Every chair and table in this room is a chair and table we lost upstairs. So we're going to be able to go into next winter at full capacity, and we're pretty excited about that.
So what we have here is 20 wings, but don't forget we're making 2 different sauces today. So I'm gonna have to divide this into 2. So we'll do that right now. I need these tongs, please.
There you go,
So,
Michael.
all right, thank you. 7, 4. And there's our 10 wings
Okay.
for that.
Sure you counted right?
Nope.
Okay, Mike, so do the wings go into here?
No,
Or does this go into there?
We put what we need into the wings, that way we can save this for another time. Because
Okay.
this lasts forever in your refrigerator. At least 2 to 3 months, guaranteed. I've never seen this go bad.
Not too much.
This way we can save it for another time. That's probably good right there. So just toss those together. Really simple. Want to pass me that plate?
Yes, Mike.
And just simply plate them up. And like I said before, this has a long shelf life, so it'll be in your fridge for a while until you're tired of using it.
So that's our Thai sizzle. We're going to move this off to the side, and we're going to move on to the recipe number 2, which is very similar to Thai sizzle.
Very close.
But we add heat to it.
We do.
You want to go over the ingredients?
All right. So anyways, don't forget, you can buy your wings local, but we use a pre-cooked and frozen to help with speed purposes. So it's basically the same ingredients, except we add a little roasted red pepper flakes and some cayenne. And then what we have here is some roasted ghost peppers that I ordered from Amazon.
Before we start, let's put on the glove.
No, you don't want to get that hot sauce on your hands.
Yeah. Because you put it on your hands and you move it to your face, it's not good.
It's not fun. So here's your garlic.
Okay.
Here's your sugar.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome. Here's your soy.
Well, then I can start whisking.
Almost. And this would be your sriracha, vinegar, and fish sauce.
Sriracha, vinegar, fish sauce. It looks yummy.
Okay, almost there.
Now
you have your red pepper flakes and cayenne you want to put in there.
Okay. Tell me when I should use my glove.
No, you're just being safe. And now this is the one you want to watch out for.
Yep. Ghost peppers. It doesn't take very many of them to heat this up.
And here is your cilantro.
Okay. So, there
And
you
you have
go,
the whisk
Michael.
right there.
I have my whisk. And we really want to make sure to blend this, huh, Mike?
Yeah, you do.
We don't have pockets of ghost peppers in
You
there.
don't. Okay.
So, Mike, be careful.
Yeah,
And you tell me when to stop.
that's perfect right there.
Okay.
All right,
Can't
so
do better
it's-
than perfect.
It's just as simple as the other one. You just don't want to splash this one around too much. Just mix this up.
I'm going to move this aside.
All right. And just plate it up just like before. But you might want to remember to keep this one away from your kids.
Yes. So anyway, these this back alley sauce we use also in we have a back alley mustard, we have a back alley ketchup, and it's not as strong because of the ketchup and the mustard softening it.
You only put a little bit in.
You only put a little bit
Yeah.
in. So, but anyway, it gives a good bite. Some of our best sandwiches, they have the back alley mustard on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, these are the ghost.
The back alley wings.
The back alley wings.
Yeah. Ghost
No.
pepper wings.
And then these are our Thai sizzle wings.
Yeah. As you notice, we made sure there were separate plates so they wouldn't be confused.
Yes. And they do look very similar.
Yeah.
And these recipes are available at tastemaine.com. And
Well, thank you for joining us at Silver Street Tavern to come in and see if there are two famous wings that we have going on here. Sure you want to swap these out?
no.
You know?
No.
No? Okay.
Anyway, we're happy to be here. We really are happy that this relief fund was established. A lot of restaurants are requiring the money. Don't forget to go to tastemaine.com to get the recipes. Give it a whirl yourself. You can spice it up or spice it down. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Charlie and Mike. I can tell you firsthand, those Thai sizzle wings are delicious, but to those a bit braver than me, you'll have to let me know how the back alley ones are with those ghost peppers. Whew, that's spice. Anyway, some great takeout tango options, but we have to get back to our main sushi takeout option here. Jordan, what should we dive into next?
All right, so now we're gonna season our rice. The rice in the recipe, it was the instructions were to cook it on the stovetop. We're gonna do it in the rice cooker just because it's a lot easier.
But people at home can have cooked it on
Oh
stovetop
yeah,
normal.
yeah, definitely. It's just if you don't have one of these. But this kind of makes it very easy. You push a button and then it's ready to go. So there's the rice, it's cooked. Now we're gonna season it in the hangiri. Hangiri is a traditional vessel that they use to season and cool the rice. So
I love that. Now, obviously, a lot of folks at home might not have a hangari.
yeah, if you don't have one at home, you can just use a bowl. The idea is just to have enough surface area that it cools down quickly. So we're gonna take our rice.
So a nice big metal bowl, or Should it be
Yeah,
wooden?
metal works. If you're gonna use wood, just kind of wet it a little so it doesn't absorb all the vinegar. So that's what we did with this. There you go. We soaked the Hungary a little, so when we pour the vinegar on, it absorbs into the rice and not into the wood. So the rice is cooked. While it's hot, we're gonna take our vinegar, and we're just gonna slowly pour it onto the rice.
Now, everyone has the recipe at tastemaine.com. It's obviously right where you can also donate to help Maine restaurants. Samantha, I know you're seafood category analyst with Hannaford, but you're obviously associated, you are with one of our biggest sponsors. Tell me from your end, the grocery market, and why it was important to support ReUp Maine and Sunday Supper here with us.
Yeah, Hannaford's huge into supporting all of our local communities, so we do a lot with food banks, restaurants, partnerships. Some people have probably seen our chef Doreen and doing a lot of partnerships with local Maine restaurants lately. So for us, it's always important to support local and be a part of things like this. We know it kind of gives back to the communities that we're in and the people that go to the restaurants and also come into our stores to buy their groceries. So
yeah, there's that. We talk a lot about on the show, everyone, that trickle-down effect. And Hannaford is a big player, especially in New England, to know that not when you support a restaurant, you're not just supporting the chefs and the employees of each restaurant, but there are the farmers and the producers that are supplying you guys that I'm sure got hurt when COVID hit and you had to shut down or pull back on business.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the fishermen and the fishmongers you deal with, Jordan, that have been affected because you're affected.
Yeah, I mean it all trickles. You know, one person gets, we get our fish from the fish company, exactly, and they get it from the fishermen, and it all affects everything. So
yeah, I mean,
especially
we do a
when
lot.
you're getting local, it's local fishermen, it's Maine fishermen that are
Yeah.
affected because you're a Maine business getting local
Exactly.
ingredients. It's what it's all about. So speaking of ingredients, I don't want to miss out on how to put together this rice. So teach
Right.
Samantha as I observe.
So once I've put the vinegar on, I'm just kind of cutting it. You don't want to mix it. You just want to kind of cut the rice, and that separates the grains from each other and also incorporates the vinegar into each grain of rice. You want it to all be evenly seasoned. And we're also at the same time cooling it down because we don't want it to be too hot. We want it to be just the right temperature. And for sushi, that's about the temperature of your body. You want it to be, the idea when you eat the sushi, it kind of just melts into your mouth and you don't really feel the temperature.
I know a lot of people think, rice is the base layer of most sushi as people think of it. But it really does have to be special and perfect and a certain quality rice. It's not
Right.
just a simple base, like any other rice you might use for another dish. Sushi rice has to be uniquely special. So I'm curious to see how you finish this out.
Right. So yeah, we use, for our sushi, we use a short grain. This is basically the finished product now. We're just letting it cool a little bit. It's pretty much there. Once you get to the temperature you're looking for, we're going to transfer it over. So this is just a little vessel that we're going to use, and we just
So for folks, again, who don't have these beautiful vessels, as Mr. Tuna himself has, that can simply be put into a smaller
Our little
bowl.
wooden bowl. Yep.
Yeah, anything like something like this. And if you're not going to use it right away, throw a little piece of plastic wrap or something on top so it stays warm. You don't want it to cool down or it's going to be hard to work with.
Right. A lot of you probably know that sushi leftovers the next day, that rice is never quite the same the second day.
No.
And that's why.
No, it's not.
Nope. So we get all the rice out of here and we waste nothing.
Again, guys, if you're missing out on cooking along tonight, tastemaine.com for this recipe and the instructions. But obviously, it is also where you can donate directly to help Maine restaurant owners like Jordan and like all those around the state. We've already announced one grant recipient tonight. We have 4 more to announce, including Samantha. I believe we have given you the honors tonight of one. Why don't you go ahead and tell us another Maine restaurant that Sunday Supper is going to be able to help.
Yes, thank you. I'm really excited to be able to announce this. It's right here in Portland, Maine. So the winner of the next $5,000 grant is the Green Elephant Vegetarian Bistro.
Woohoo! Green Elephant Vegetarian Bistro.
Yeah.
Yay! I love that place. It is right up on Congress Street, I believe, here in downtown Portland, where our studios are. Thank you, Samantha, and thank you, Tristan, for coming in to add to our beautiful main board that we are filling up over this series, which we are getting to the end of, folks. So this is the time, if you haven't already, or you are welcome to go back again to tastemaine.com and go ahead and hit that donate button to help Maine restaurants. Again, we have added another peg to the board, and we have 3 more to add. Now, Jordan,
Yes.
you don't want to miss out. So the rice should be done, you guys at home, and tell me what else everyone else should have out. I see you've added some delicious looking fresh ingredients,
Right.
probably available at Hannaford.
Yes. So we have the cucumbers that we cut right here. These are ready to go. This is pickled ginger. It's just chopped up, just like in the recipe. And the tempura flakes, or panko if you don't have these, for a little bit of crunch. And our sushi rice, toasted sesame seeds, and this is the teriyaki sauce, and of course, the seaweed. Can't do it without the seaweed. So, got everything.
And I would think, I mean, Hannaford is great for fresh produce. We know that, right,
Yeah.
Samantha? I'm sure you could think of some other maybe creative ideas to add, along with a cucumber, you know, fresh carrots from Hannaford, maybe some other ideas from you as far as those extra add-ins to customize your sushi roll tonight?
Yeah, he has one over there, and I have some up here, avocados. I know that's one of my favorite
yeah.
items, and it's something I always have in my sushi rolls, so something I would probably be adding as well.
All right, avocados, carrots, get a little creative at home. And as you saw, as our experts here cut up earlier, it is really important to have the shape and size of your cucumber, your carrots, those vegetables going into the sushi roll really cut to the right appropriate size. So plan accordingly, give it a little extra love. And we'll be coming back to roll it all up, you guys. Don't worry, that tutorial is coming soon, but I have the honor of announcing the next grant recipient for tonight. It's all about that. That's what Sunday Supper is for. And just tonight, we are awarding $25,000 in these $5,000 grants. So the third of those tonight, 3 out of 5. Drum roll, everybody. I am pleased to announce grant recipient, the Common Loon Public House, way up in Orono.
Yeah.
We're covering a lot of the state tonight, and I am excited that not only can we announce that grant, and thank you to our president over there, Tristan Norris, who is adding a peg to our beautiful Maine State Board as we fill up that by the end of the series, hopefully. But I am pleased to announce that we have the owner of the Common Loon Public House up in Orono, Corey Gardner, on the line to see exactly how this might help their business. Hi, Corey, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad, first of all, that you have power. We got our first storm here in New England last night. So how are things up in Orono, and how has it been for your business since COVID hit?
It's been tough. I mean, I think for everyone it's been tough. Obviously, people kind of go out less. For a while, we kind of had to be mostly closed. For a town like Orono, with the university and what they've had to do, we're just a smaller town most of the time by almost half.
Yeah, I know not only their sporting events, even thinking about homecoming weekend, and all those yearly events you almost take for granted during other times that just aren't happening this year that you realize add to your business. So tell me, a $5,000 grant from Sunday Supper, how is that go? Like, what will that go towards specifically to help you get through the winter months?
I mean, that's the thing, is it gives us some room to breathe. And this is an industry that lives on the edge. It's fine margins. But in this town, you live off St. Patrick's Day, graduation, homecoming, hockey games. And without them, you're kind of always just trying to figure out how you're going to get through the next slow period. And it's pretty slow, the slow periods now. So this is just, it allows us to kind of to breathe a little bit and buys us some time and some wiggle room.
Well, Corey, I can't tell you how nice it's here that we can help you just to get through 1 week, 2 weeks, a couple months of these winter months. And I know, again, we talk about trickle-down effects, and this is another repercussion of COVID, as I know university students are being sent home early. Think about the restaurants and other businesses and all those communities where schools are being affected, just like the Common Loon Public House. Corey, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on receiving a grant, and I hope this helps you all and your staff there have a happy holiday season. Thanks for joining us, Corey.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And I know he is up in that Bangor-Orono area where we have a great deal of students and we have a great deal of other great restaurants. And on that note, this is the Takeout Tango. And what screams takeout to you guys more than some pizza and breadsticks? We have some creative twists being made tonight. Again, these guys are open for takeout themselves. They are being COVID safe, so check them out if you're in Bangor or Brewer, where they have a location. But to help you cook along and make some for yourselves with your loved ones, I want to throw it up to Jason's New York Style Pizza in Bangor with Jonathan Fell and Zachary Taylor. Check this out.
Hey, Sarah Taylor, thank you very much. I'm Jonathan Fell, one of the general managers here at Jason's.
I am Zachary Black, also one of our general managers here.
Yeah.
And today we are going to show you how to make a taco pizza.
Taco pizza is one of our fan favorites. People really like it, and it's a little bit different and super customizable. You can find the recipe right at tastemaine.com. What we've got here, we'll start off with our flour or cornmeal, whichever you want to use. We've got our dough ball. This is a 12-ounce dough ball, which will make it a nice thin crust pizza for that crunchiness. We've got your favorite kind of salsa. This one's just a regular mild salsa. We've got some seasoned beef right here, which we use in-house seasonings for that. And we've got our green peppers and onions, which is what we like to put on top of the pizza.
And then our cheese option, we're going to use a Monterey Jack blend, but you could use whatever you want for a cheese. And then our garnishes. So we have lettuce and tomato here that we're going to top it with after. Crunch up some chips to put on top, any type of tortilla chip you'd like, and then sour cream for dipping.
You can buy everything here right at Hannaford. And all right, let's dive right in. What we're going to use, flour here. We're going to call this our releasing agent. This helps keep the dough ball from sticking to the table, and it helps keep it from sticking to your hands so you can stretch it.
Some folks are going to prefer to use a rolling pin at home,
yep,
but
whatever
we're going to use our
do.
hands.
Yeah, just going to use all my fingers, flatten it out. You can get pretty far just by doing that. And then all you just start doing is turn the dough ball with your left hand, stretch it out with your right hand. A rolling pin does make this a lot easier, but you know, here we just use our hands. Stretch it out to as big as your oven can handle. You know, we have a large oven here, so we make these things pretty big, but you can make whatever size you want. There you go. We've got our beautiful dough skin, we call it. Yeah.
At home, you can use a pan, you can use pizza pan, cookie sheet, whatever you prefer.
Yeah. Stretch it out and put it right on there. There you go. Remember to preheat your oven to 425. We're gonna start topping this baby. Just gonna take our salsa here, put it right on there.
So we're gonna spread the salsa around on our pizza, leaving yourself a little crust around the edge. This is a great family activity to do at home. Next step is our taco meat. So you're gonna wanna do this ahead of time, get your meat seasoned and browned so that it's ready to go on your pizza. We're just going to spread this evenly over the salsa.
Yeah.
If you're a vegetarian or vegan, what have you be, you could do this without meat. We do have people order taco pizzas, taco salads with no meat on them.
Yeah, or chicken.
All right, so our next step here is adding some green peppers and onions for flavor. You can use any types of veggies you'd like. Black olives, jalapenos, add some spice to it. And then we are going to top it with our cheese after this and go for the oven.
Yeah. While Zach's doing this, I just wanted to say, a good thank you to everybody out there supporting the local businesses, and the small restaurants and takeout places that are still making food for everybody, and they're still really enjoying doing that. And, just a little reminder, be patient with them. We're going to put this in the oven and bring it back here in about 7 minutes to finish it off. All right, there it goes.
There we are.
There we go. Just need to cut this pizza, top it off, and it's going to be ready to go. We're going to cut it into 8 slices here. Let's put the chips on the bottom and we'll top it off with some veggies on top. How about that? Make it really crunchy. Some lettuce. Sprinkle that right out. Some tomatoes. Oh my gosh, look at how good this looks, Zach.
And just
a couple dollops of
sour cream.
Sour cream.
There you go. You got your
look at that.
taco pizza.
Nice spin on pizza, huh?
Something different other than your average Joe pepperoni. All right, we're gonna set this aside, and next up we're going to show you our breadstick recipe.
Yeah, we're covering 2 recipes today. We've got our pepperoni breadsticks, a nice authentic pizza and breadstick combo here. This is one of our takeout favorites.
So what you're going to do is when you do your grocery shopping, you're gonna need 2 dough balls, or however many you need for your family, because one we're gonna use for breadsticks. Cheese, whatever type of cheese you wanna fill your breadstick with, and your topping. Today we have pepperoni, and that's the recipe you'll find on tastemaine.com. Oil to brush the sticks with, garlic salt to sprinkle on them when you cook them.
Yeah, we use a dough cutter here, but I'm gonna use a knife. This is what you guys can use right at home. You just take it and you cut the dough, I'm sorry, right in half, giving you two halves here. And then what you do is you just take this and you're gonna stretch it out as long as you want it to be, as big as you need it to be there. And then what you do is you cut it in half, and that's it.
And then
so easy.
we're gonna place them on our screen here.
Our friends love it when we bring dough home to make breadsticks and pizza at home. And then what we like to do is we give the breadstick some character, we call it. We just score the top of it with that serrated knife or whatever knife you have, and you just cut the top a little bit. And then it's ready to get topped.
We're gonna use olive oil here, just a light amount. Too much and that's all you're gonna taste.
Yeah.
So light amount of oil just so that they brown up a bit, and then sprinkle your garlic salt on.
Yep.
We
More garlic salt,
like a hefty
salt.
amount. I guess it depends on the age of the audience you're feeding.
Yeah, recipes at tastemaine.com, but you guys can add as much garlic as you want. No garlic if you want. And
oregano if you'd like to.
Yep,
red
that's really
pepper.
good too.
And there you have it. Now we are going to take these 425 in the same oven you're cooking your pizza in. These you are going to cook for 8 to 10 minutes. Bring them back over and stuff them with whatever toppings you'd like, cheese, and you'll put them back in the oven again after that.
Just need to be par cooked because they're going to get cooked again. All right, we cook these for 8 to 10 minutes. We've let them cool. That way they're ready to go.
So we're just going to cut these down the center, not in half, and open each of the sticks up, and then place your toppings in.
We're stuffing with pepperoni, of course, here, but you can do any variation to this. You can, Hannaford sells cinnamon sugar that you can put on top, so you could put your olive oil or butter on top.
Now we're going to cook them in the oven again for 6 to 8 minutes, and just until that cheese is melted. They don't need to be in there too long. You don't want them to become hard in the oven, so just till the cheese is melted.
Yeah.
All right, cheese is melted.
Yum.
Breadsticks are done.
This one's simple. Let them cool and enjoy.
Pick out a dipping option, whether that's marinara, ranch.
Let's grab our pizza that we just cooked up, and we've got a great combo. Taco pizza and some pepperoni breadsticks.
Thank you for joining us here at Jason's Pizza Bangor. We've made our taco pizza and our pepperoni breadsticks. These are recipes you can find on tastemaine.com. Again, we want to thank them for the $5,000 grant we were able to receive here at our restaurant to help us during COVID. You can help restaurateurs like us at the Maine Restaurant Relief Fund. You can make donations right on there so that other restaurants can receive grants like we were able to.
We really appreciate receiving the grant. It's been a huge help. Remember, everybody, just be patient. Order online when possible. We really appreciate that. And thanks for being with us here in Bangor. Time to dive in.
Cheers.
Get the little boat.
Welcome back. Well, thank you, Jonathan and Zachary. Listen, real fun takeout options for you guys to cook at home, but sometimes it's not good to take my word for it. And to check in with some cooks at home trying to cook along tonight, I want to welcome one of our sponsor reps, and that is the CEO of Bangor Savings Bank and his beautiful family, Bob and Jen Montgomery Rice. Are you folks there?
We're here. We're in Hamden.
Welcome
How you
to
doing?
Sunday Supper, and thank you for joining us, Bob. First and foremost, thank you, of course, to you and Bangor Savings Bank for being a part of ReUp Maine. We appreciate it. And why don't you introduce me to everyone there and tell me what fun you've been having with that taco pizza recipe?
All right. Well, first, on camera is actually Lillian, our granddaughter. She's 13 and she knows things all iPad, so she's operating that for us tonight. And then we got Kim and Matt and little Mitchell, our grandson, and he's making his own pizza off to the side. So, and he's more of a cheese eater than anything. And then this is my wife, Jen.
Well, welcome.
And so-
Tell me, you got the recipes at tastemaine.com. You saw the segment. We're making sushi here in the studio too, but what was the process watching along and cooking your pizza? How is it going with that dough?
So the dough's going great. We've actually already made 2 pizzas because we're like, this is our tradition of watching a Patriots game and making some kind of pizza or whatever. So already we've made 2, but now we're going to make the taco pizza. And so Jen's got salsa that she's putting on the pizza.
Instead of red sauce.
Instead of red sauce, that's right.
Right.
And we learned something new by looking at the recipe. They suggest that we put the cheese on top of the toppings, and normally we would have put the cheese underneath the toppings. So this is interesting.
We love that about this show is chefs, you know, from the chefs themselves getting these neat ideas. I think the taco is a nice, unique twist on pizza. And I love that this is what you would typically be doing for a football night, because that's exactly what we're doing, is offering everyone at home during a season when they can't do normal things to have some fun at home. So tell me, Bob, as far as you and Bangor Savings Bank being involved, what was important to you about Sunday Supper and being involved and cooking along with your family and showing them what we're doing here?
Well, you know, we've all been dealing with a lot over the last several months, and we've all had to improvise, adjust, and as we've all been saying the word pivot. So really supporting our local stores and making sure we go out and take some takeout with them. But then it's also offered us an opportunity to, you know, be in and gathering as a family and just making different food. The other thing that we did one adjustment to the pizza because one of us is a vegetarian and one isn't. So the meat side of this is half meat and then half a veggie crumbles kind of thing. So as we say, we pivoted a little bit in making an adjustment to our pizza.
Well, perfect. That is certainly okay. You know, those recipes at tastemaine.com are there for a guide, but we welcome families at home with their loved ones to make, you know, add those twists to whatever is good for you guys. I love that. On that note, Bob, we are super excited and honored to be able to hand off two of our grant announcements to you. So why don't you go ahead and announce both of those restaurants in Maine that will be receiving a $5,000 grant.
Oh, well, I'm very excited to announce these 2 $5,000 grants. The first one is to Sisters Gourmet Deli and Michelle Beatty.
Okay.
You guys actually met Michael the other day, or Alexander, sorry. And so congratulations on the $5,000 win. Hopefully that helps you.
Sisters Gourmet Deli and the Bob when you're ready.
The other one is A1 Diamond.
Woohoo! Yay! Well, thank you, Bob Montgomery Rice, Jen, and the rest of your beautiful family. That we love that you are having a good time watching Sunday Supper, spending time with your loved ones, safe and secure from the outside world here, while still enjoying fun and supporting the Maine economy. Thank you, Bob, and Bangor Savings Bank for all you guys do. But thank you to everyone there tuning in and having some fun making that taco pizza. We love it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Enjoy. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We couldn't do this without our sponsors, and we love that they are enjoying the time watching too. So on that note, he just announced 2 more grant recipients. Tristan has added 2 more pegs to our beautiful Maine State Wall board, alluding to that. And I am also equally excited that now we get to bring in another one of those grant recipients just announced. And I want to welcome Aaron, one of the co-owners of A1 Diner in Gardner, to the show. Aaron, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, congratulations. We appreciate that you and Sarah Harris are working hard there in Gardner. Tell me a bit about, I know for a fact just driving through there's been some construction going on top of COVID complications. What has business been like and how will this help you out?
Well, business has been down this year, obviously, but for the past 30 days, actually just up until a week ago, we were closed due to that DOT project immediately adjacent to the restaurant. So being closed down for 30 days is never ideal, but this year particularly challenging. So yeah, it's been an interesting 2020.
Yes, well, that is an understatement for sure, Aaron. So tell me, $5,000 just to get through the winter months, what sort of costs of yours will that go towards, that are specifically related to COVID?
Well, there's so much you can do to improve your restaurant and make it safer. So we've done some things with plexiglass, and we hope to kind of improve those plexiglass partitions that we've put in, perhaps. Of course, there's lots of things to buy that are more expensive now than they have been in the past. The rubber gloves, the masks, the prices of those are just kind of skyrocketing right now. So this money will obviously help with that.
Exactly, it's why we established this show. People may not realize this isn't just to help hire all your employees back. That is one part of it, but there are some specific COVID expenses related to being a safe and secure business right now, so you can confidently allow guests to come in. So I know that A1 Diner there in Gardner is working hard to do that. We're so pleased that we can, provide $5,000 more for you guys to get through the winter months. I want to thank you, Aaron, so much for joining us tonight and giving us a bit of insight as to what's been going on in Gardner. Thanks again.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Happy holidays to you and Sarah up there.
Thank you.
All right, folks, so we have announced all our grants. We are actually going to be able to check in with another owner soon to hear right from her mouth how she will be supported by the Maine Restaurant Relief Fund. But first, we've got some sushi to roll up. I know everyone's excited to try this at home. So Jordan, take it away. Samantha, good luck. I get to just observe, but I'm a little jealous you get to chime in here. So Jordan, take it away and show us how to make these rolls.
Okay, so we're gonna do a couple different things with what we have for ingredients. First thing we're gonna do is our basic sushi roll, basic maki roll. It's gonna be our spicy crunchy shrimp maki. This is that cooked shrimp. So we just blended this in a food processor, but you could chop it by hand. And that's mixed with the spicy mayo and a little bit of salt just for seasoning. We got our cucumbers ready to go. And our ginger, our pickled ginger chopped up, and our tempura flakes, okay? Sesame seeds, and the teriyaki sauce. So everything's right in front of us and ready to go. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of seaweed.
So how spicy is that spicy mayo you're using for anyone who might need to control the level of their spice, Jordan?
We like to say it's like a 3 out of 10, so it's not very spicy.
Right, you don't want a lot of spice in your world right now, Sam, right?
No, I love spicy.
Oh,
I actually put spicy mayo in like all of the sushi rolls I get, so
right.
I'm good with this. This is, yeah.
Well,
She's ready.
Everybody at home, if you want to add more sriracha to the spicy mayo to make it hotter, that's fine. So we have our seaweed on the cutting board, and we're going to grab a ball of rice. It's about the size of a racquetball. Okay.
Well, that is specific.
Yeah.
Racquetball.
Yeah,
everyone.
racquetball.
Not tennis ball.
Smaller than a tennis ball.
Racquetball.
Yeah.
Taller racquetball players out there,
Yeah.
you'll know just what he means.
Right.
I'm messing with you.
So I'm actually using these special sushi gloves. The rice will not stick to it, but this is sticky rice. So
Really sticky.
We have a little jar of water here, and we use that to wet your hands. If you keep your hands wet, and then the rice won't stick. So here we go. First thing we're gonna lay this rice out, okay?
Samantha, you just shout if you can't keep up over there.
Right, we're just gently spreading it. We're not smushing it down. We're just evenly spreading it across the nori, okay? Once you're there, take your sesame seeds, a little shake, lift it up, and we have a wet rag. We're using that to wipe the cutting board. That's gonna stop the rice from sticking to the cutting board.
That seems like an important step not to forget.
That's
Am I
very
right?
important.
Okay. Don't forget, Sam.
I'm trying not to.
There you go, you got it.
Okay.
Next thing you do, you wanna take the shrimp and just kinda evenly
How much shrimp are we
disperse it.
talking?
I don't know what that is. About two tablespoons maybe.
Okay.
Just kind of evenly lay it across. The more even you lay it on the nori, the easier it's going to be to roll after. All right. So take our cucumbers, and these are cut perfectly so that you can put one on each side.
So Samantha's almost a new mother, and I would think for all the families out there, this looks like, you know, once you've got the rice especially done and the cutting with the sharp knives is done, this is a real fun assembly process for the kiddos at home.
Yeah, totally.
Might be messy, but well,
Little
anything will be
bit.
messy.
The
But yeah,
messier
it'll
the
be
better, I say, when
exactly.
it comes to cooking.
So
Which is why I'm over here without an apron on and they're not letting me.
now we have our chopped ginger, and we're just going to sprinkle a little bit across the roll evenly.
So Jordan, Mr. Tuna, now I know you've got another business venture. I want to make sure we throw some love, but is this how, if folks came and got the spicy, crunchy shrimp roll from you, is this the recipe?
This is exactly how you get it at the restaurant.
All right, you know, Portland Public Market, he's there. He's serving things up COVID safe, so you can certainly have fun making this at home, but we're obviously having fun getting it from Mr. Tuna himself too.
So here we go. We got our tempura flakes. We're going to just sprinkle that as well, you know, evenly across.
Mine went a little everywhere, but that's okay.
That's okay.
You know.
A little extra crunch never hurt anybody. All right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll it. What I like to do is I like to start on one side and just kind of tuck all the ingredients in.
Ooh,
so it's,
magic.
Right, and then once it's all in under the seam there, we're just gonna roll it over, and you want that seam to be on the bottom, okay? So.
Now I have seen Jordan do this at Mr. Tuna, and he goes about 25 times faster than this. So we appreciate you slowing down for this tutorial, Sam. Does yours look as uniform as his?
I think that looks pretty good. It's not. It doesn't have to look perfect
a little more stuff, but we're close.
So I can see how now Jordan will cut that, and that is your sushi roll. And tell me, I just want to make sure people know how to do the hand roll version of this as well.
Yep.
Right. So real quick, I'm just gonna use our sushi mat, and we're gonna form the roll. Okay, we're not pushing down too hard. We're just kind of shaping it into the sushi roll form. Okay, now be extra careful when you do this. We're gonna cut it. Okay.
There's that.
Cut it in half right down the middle, and then we cut it into 3 pieces, or 6 pieces. We cut it twice into 6 pieces.
Sushi, just like you're at the restaurant at home, guys. That's what we're doing here. We are bringing Maine restaurants to your own kitchen.
We finish it off with a little bit of the teriyaki sauce. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you guys a hand roll.
Real quick.
Okay. Now, this is about half the size of the maki roll, the amount of rice.
So maybe a golf ball.
Yeah, about a golf ball. Okay, and we take our nori, gently spread it on the left side of the nori, about that. Okay, we're gonna take some of our shrimp, our cucumbers,
same ingredients, different shape,
tempura flakes, and the eel sauce, a little bit of the ginger, and we're gonna roll it up in the cone. Now, these are what we do on the food truck. It's what we're known for.
Oh.
And you end up with a little cone. And
we love convenience, fast, easy to go. Jordan, Samantha, I want you to get a couple rolls ready for the crew here. I know everyone wants to try some of this. We've got a third bonus recipe idea with the same ingredients, but first, as promised, I want to go ahead and check in with one more grant recipient from tonight. Again, we have announced 5. We have given out $25,000 in grants to Maine restaurant owners. And I'm excited to welcome all the way from our sister city, Portland, Oregon, checking in as she is there. But co-owner Michaela McVetti of Sisters Gourmet Deli, who we announced earlier. First of all, congratulations and welcome back to Portland, Maine, Michaela.
Thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate you checking in from the West Coast. Now, I know Sisters Gourmet Deli, popular in Maine. You've got a Portland location here and one in Bath. But tell me what it's been like since COVID hit, and how this $5,000 grant will help you sisters out.
So basically when COVID hit, I was actually scheduled to come home and spend some time working in Maine. right after March, and that wasn't able to happen. And things just got darker and darker. And I think a lot of people don't understand how quickly things happen in the restaurant industry. You know, Corey mentioned it earlier, we already operate on such slim margins, and everything is already always up in the air, even on the good months, even in the middle of summer. So then for something like this to happen and just keep getting extended, you know, for Monument Square, we're in the center of kind of the business region of the town, right? So it's all lawyers and CPAs and insurance folks and schools. So since all of them have been closed, we don't really have anyone to come in and buy sandwiches. So our sales are down well over 60%. We have tried to pivot as much as we can and figure out how do we keep the lights on, how do we keep staff employed. But unfortunately, the only funding that we've received outside of this grant was the PPP loan, which was nice, but that was like, feels like that was 5 years ago. So when I found out that we got this grant, it means a lot to us because I don't think people know how dire straits we're in. And so to be able to pay January's rent without wondering where that money's gonna come from, and without asking ourselves if we have to cut more staff hours to get there to write that check, is just incredible. It's amazing. And I just want to say thank you to every single person that has made this happen, for me and for everybody else that has received this. It's a lot of work to make these grants happen, and we're just so, so, so appreciative.
Oh, Michaela, it gives me chills to hear, you know, from your mouth directly how this will help you, what you've been going through. And that Michaela, you know, Sisters Gourmet Deli is just one example from so many around the state who are suffering on many levels. And, you know, the effect of COVID hit hard in the beginning, but it is still happening hard to these small businesses and Maine owners. So, Michaela, we want to thank you so much for taking the time from Portland, Oregon to check in with us and tell us a bit about your company specifically and how this $5,000 will help you get through it. So thank you so much for joining us and being a part of Sunday Supper and sharing those heartfelt thoughts.
Absolutely, you guys. We want to be here in 10, 20, 30 years, still serving the best sandwiches in Maine. So this is just a small stepping stone to make that happen. Thank you.
Well, that is what it's all about, is helping restaurants, even if it's just getting through one more month of a rent payment so they can support their staff and see brighter days, hopefully come spring on the other end of this. So again, Maine Restaurant Relief Fund at tastemaine.com. You can still donate, you can still give, you are still able to support Maine restaurants in our economy. Thank you so much, Michaela. And we announced 5 grants tonight, guys. That's $25,000. It's what it's all about. Jordan is filling up my little sushi trays here. I'm so excited. The shrimp tempura, no, the crunchy shrimp roll 2 ways as promised. Jordan, in 10 seconds, tell me the bonus recipe. If people go out and get a quick, what, bib lettuce?
Yes.
Head of bib lettuce, what else can they make?
So we call these the lettuce wraps. Basically take it's everything that's in the sushi roll, but instead of the seaweed and the rice, we're just using the lettuce. And we just use it as a vessel. And you put all the ingredients in. And you just kind of eat it like you would a taco. And there we go. That's the finished product.
How cool is that? Again, tonight, guys, you've got one list of ingredients. How simple, how wonderful at tastemaine.com. But Jordan, Mr. Tuna, and thanks to Sam for her help in demonstrating how simple it is, 3 different dishes, all from the same set of ingredients, all something true in Maine, a fun takeout, quick option. So we want to thank Jordan Rubin of Mr. Tuna for sharing these great ideas. You can visit Mr. Tuna right here at the Portland Public Market as well and look out for where his truck may be parked in the spring. Sam, thank you so much. Check out the seafood department at Hannaford to shop local. And speaking of local, we are all about the restaurant industry here, but we also like to support our retail sector. And on that note, we have another project underway. Live from Maine is featuring small Maine-made producers and their incredible products just for you. Just like we are featuring incredible recipes from restaurants near and wide. Check us out tomorrow, livefrommaine.com, 7 p.m. and on Thursday. We are featuring products from Maine makers. And again, it's all about the trickle-down effect. Support Sunday Supper. Go to tastemaine.com. Support Live from Maine. And you are all supporting your beautiful state, whether you love us or not. Thank you to our sponsors. And thank you to my co-host here. Thank you to New York Style Pizza. Jason's up in Bangor. And of course, thank you to Silver Street Tavern in Waterville. Thank you to the Hospitality Maine Educational Program, Hannaford Supermarkets, Oakhurst, Bangor Savings Bank, Bob and his wonderful family, and to my crew here. We are coming back for the finale next Sunday, the 13th at 5 p.m., where we are going to be wrapping this all up, sharing one more amazing dish with you, and really being able to share the impact that Sunday Supper has had. You can be a part of that by going to tastemaine.com and donating today. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.